All of our lives, ladies and gentlemen, what have we heard when it comes to presidential elections? It's the economy, it's the economy, it's the economy. We haven't had, in my lifetime, I've not lived in a worse economy than this one. This should have been a slam dunk, but it wasn't. There are reasons why. We're going to have to dig deep to find them, and we're going to have to be honest with ourselves when we find the answers to this. I keep, I'm reading a bunch of stuff that bloggers and conservative analysts are saying. One of the popular theories is, well, they still can't discount this historical nature. He's the first African-American president, and American people felt sorry for him. They just want to give him a second chance. They just couldn't bring themselves to vote against him. That the next time, Rush, the Democrats aren't going to have that kind of hold on anybody. They're not going to have that kind of attachment to people. And blah, blah. Look, I'm in favor of optimism as much as the next guy, but we are living in the midst of the Democrat Party transforming this country. I don't deny and I don't doubt that race is a central factor in what happened, but it is not the sole explanation. There are additional substantive reasons. You can't minimize the woman in Cleveland. Obama phone. He give us a phone. Obama phone. You realize, do not underestimate the importance of what I am saying, a misunderstanding or disagreement or what have you, of what creates prosperity in this country. There are clearly now two schools of thought on that. There used to not be much of an argument about it. Even you go back not that long ago, Democrats used to talk about hard. Even last night, Obama's talking about hard. He doesn't mean it. In his acceptance campaign speech last night, which was more of a campaign speech than acceptance speech, I believe you're black, brown, gay, no matter who you love, if you're this or that. He went through every surface definition of a human being that he could think of. And it's, if you work hard, you got a fair shake, you can get that. So everybody's cheering it. The fact of the matter is the people gathered at McCormick Place last night do not believe that. They do not think they have a fair shake. They have been educated, mal-educated, ill-educated. They don't believe they've got a fair shake. They think the deck is stacked against them. They think the Democrat Party corrects that. They think the Democrat Party is going to punish the people who have unfairly gotten stuff that they shouldn't have. They got more stuff than other people have stuff, and that stuff's got to be redistributed. That's the sad reality here. There isn't a work ethic in this country anymore that's universal. Get a college education, and that means magic is supposed to happen for a lot of people. And yet if it doesn't, if you don't get stuff, if you don't get success that they tell you you're going to get if you do these things, then the game's rigged. Hard work is sneered at. Suggesting that somebody go get a job is reacted to in many places. Oh, easy for you to say. You've got one. And I want to go back to the Republican convention again. I want to ask these questions. I want you all thinking about this, because it's being said once again that the Republicans have an outreach problem, that we don't have Hispanics, and we don't have blacks, and we don't have women, and we don't have, and it's okay, fine, we don't. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to embrace amnesty? No, I'm asking these, Snurdly's in there laughing at, but I'm being serious with this. We have achieved brilliant, highly accomplished African Americans, blacks, Hispanics, you name it, throughout the Republican Party. They serve in office. Many of them are CEOs. It doesn't count. It doesn't count in the media. It doesn't count in the Democrat Party. It doesn't count with Obama voters, about whom it is said that stuff matters most. It doesn't count. Why not? Why, putting it somewhat coarsely, why doesn't the Republican Party get credit for Condoleezza Rice? Why doesn't the Republican Party get credit for Marco Rubio? Why doesn't the Republican Party get credit for Suzanne Martinez? How is it that Michelle Bachmann, a highly achieved woman, barely ekes out re-election, and Jesse Jackson Jr. at the Mayo Clinic, going through everything he's going through, wins in a landslide? And I could throw these options, these examples up to you all afternoon. Why don't those people, why don't the Marco Rubios, the Alan Wests? What a great man. What a great American. Alan West, what a great role model. Clarence Thomas. Herman Cain. None of it counts. Don't tell me the Republican Party doesn't have outreach. We do. But what are we supposed to do now? We supposed to, in order to get the Hispanic or Latino vote, does that mean open the borders and embrace the illegals? Is that what, I want you to think about this. Is that what it means? Is that what the Republican establishment, so we got to reach out to Hispanics? Is that what they mean? If we're not getting the female vote, do we become pro-choice? Do we start passing out birth control pills? Is that what we have to do? Okay, let me ask you, if that's what we have to do, pretend that we're doing it. Pretend that in the next couple of weeks, couple of months, the Republican Party announces that it is for contraception being paid for by the state, and in fact, the Catholic Church must give contraception away and make abortion available. Are we going to get the votes that Obama got last night? We're not? Really? We're not? We won't. But we're not getting the votes that Obama got last night because we have Condoleezza Rice, and she is pinnacle of achievement and intelligent, well-spoken. I mean, you can't find a more accomplished, better person, Condoleezza Rice, Marco Rubio. And really speaking in just street lingo, we're not getting credit for it. Now, is it that Republicans are looking for credit and it's not perceived as genuine? Are these people all viewed as tokens? And the white Republican establishment is just putting these people out front, but they really don't believe that Marco Rubio's that good a deal? Or that Condi, are they just window dressing? If that's so, if that's the perception of the Obama voters, then how do we change that? What do you mean you don't? Well, if you look at these exit polls, if we don't change that, we're not going to win elections. According to the exit polls, there's one option that still hasn't been tried in a long time. It's called conservatism with a capital C. It still hasn't been tried. This was not a conservative campaign. It was a good campaign. It was and I don't want anybody misunderstanding me here, but because I think Mitt Romney is one of the best people, human beings I've ever met. I have no quarrel with Mitt Romney, and I'm not going to be one to dump on Romney. Everybody can do Monday morning quarterbacking and so forth. We all have our, like, for example, when I heard Romney in the last 2 weeks talking about reaching across the aisle, I cringed, but I'm not going to come here and introduce negativism because I'm not going to change him. What I say on the air is not going to change Romney's approach. They've got their strategists and they got their campaign people figuring out what they want to do. I thought there was a little bit too much assuming going on, too much assumption that people understood what Romney was talking about when he starts talking about the economy. But I'm telling you, we're going to have to go back and redefine how prosperity happens in this country. And conservatism and the Constitution are the best way to do this. Are we, let's see, youth. We had the youth vote. Are we, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's, as the Republican Party, let's announce, say around Christmas time, so that we can get close to being Santa Claus ourselves. Let's announce that we are for the legalization of marijuana and that as a party, we believe in forgiving all student loans. Let's beat Obama to the punch. You know, Obama runs the student loan program. Well, let's go get the youth vote. And is that how we would do it? Okay, so obviously the answer is no. The answer, all these objections, or these examples I've given you, Latinos, we're not going to get the Latino vote by opening the borders and saying that, you know what, let anybody in who wants to come in. There's some Republicans who think we have to. Keep sharp eye. Women, let's start our own abortion industry. Let's go out and get the women's vote. The point is, I just want you to think, would that work? In this America today, would that work? It does for the Democrats. Every Obama voter may not be religious, but they believe in Santa Claus. And you know what else they believe about Santa Claus? As Santa Claus doesn't judge anybody. You're going to get your stuff no matter how you behave. You're going to get your stuff whether you're a good guy, a bad guy, or a non-entity. Santa Claus isn't judgmental. In fact, Santa Claus loves you because you have the deck stacked against you. The Democrat Party has made every one of their voters, other than the elite professors and the Hollywood types ought to know better, think they're members of victims or victim groups. And that they have no way to achieve prosperity in the traditional way. That deck is stacked against them by people like us, they think. So government's got to come in and make it fair. And that's cool, by the way. That's hip. That's cool. Got to take a break.